Howdy folks, here I am back in the car. Lockdown day 30. We're just about at the month. Yeah, it's bloody freezing, nice and dark outside, and I've got 4 hours of Justeat to look forward to. Did the clap for Captain Tom earlier, as we were supposed to, at 6 o'clock. I have to admit there wasn't many people out. There was me, my neighbour, and probably one, maybe two others, and couldn't hear or see anyone else in the street anywhere. And I've had reports from other friends of mine that there were similar scenes in most of the other streets earlier. There was a lot of talk earlier online. We're not going to clap for Captain Tom because Boris told us to. If that's your reason, then I do really think you need to take a hard, long look at yourself in the nearest mirror, because it's pathetic. 100-year-old man, and look what he did. He deserves a little bit more respect than that, and I hope that's not why you stood indoors. Although I will give you this, it was raining, but there's such a thing as a coat, and it only took a couple of minutes. Anyway, that's my moan over. We'll leave it there. What am I doing tonight? Well, I'm going to head for Mcdonald's now and see what gives, and update you in a little while. Oh, another thing as well, we had a funny situation last night where we lost all of our water in Palm Bay. No cold tap, you couldn't flush the bog, you couldn't do anything. And the reason is, workmen were outside on the corner of the street working on the water main. It was all back on by this morning, no problem, but I've just driven past it now, and water's still pissing all over the road everywhere on the corner of my street. It doesn't look like anything's been solved really by the look of it, so I don't know whether we'll have a similar situation this evening, but we'll find out about that then. Really not good. Anyway, enough of that gassing. I'll talk to you in a bit. See ya. Well, here I am at the new Mcdonald's by Asda. Pretty empty at the moment, and there's a member of staff over there, it looks like, having their dinner. God, I'm jealous. Big Mac and large fries. Over there we got the KFC. So once again I put myself in between two fast food restaurants, and hopefully I'll get something, because there's not too many people here. So I'll check in with you in a tick. Alright, see ya, bye. Well, I've done a McDonald's, and I got one from Raindell's, which is a nice American-y foodie, burgers and ribs and chicken and all sorts of stuff like that place in Broadstairs. Mwah, gorgeous, eating there myself. Right, so that's 2 done now, so that's in under an hour. I'm going to head back to McDonald's. Speaking of McDonald's, have a look at this that I received in my email today. That is a sign which you will find attached to the wall in pretty much every McDonald's restaurant at the moment that's closed. And that sign is targeted specifically at delivery drivers who walk in to get orders. There are little stickers, little round stickers on the floor where you're supposed to stand and wait to try and encourage social distancing. There's also a bottle of sanitizer and some kind of tissue on the side as well. The hand sanitizer and the tissue are supposed to be for you to clean and sanitize the inside of your bag when you walk in. And a mate of mine actually got shouted at rather rudely the other day because he didn't do it. He prioritised going to the loo first and then was going to do his bag. So yeah, not good. Anyway, we'll come back to the sanitizer in a minute. What I want to talk about, McDonald's, this is for you, is those little signs, and you'll need to get Justeat to send that email to all of us. It's all very well and good putting these little circles on the floor, but you've got to get your staff to enforce people doing it. Me, I put a face mask on. See, look, I got one, face mask. I walk in there, I keep a respectable distance from everybody, and I stand back from the counter and wait for my order number to be called. Collect my order and leave promptly. That's what you're supposed to do. Well, this is the reality. I went into McDonald's the other day. I won't name the place, but there was at least 12 delivery drivers in there, a high percentage of which do not stand back and wait for their order to be called. They go marching up to their counter, waving their phone in the face of whoever's there, demanding to know where their order is. There are many drivers, and I mean many, who do not wear face coverings at all. I know there's an exemption rule, but some of these kids are half my age, for crying out loud. If I'm not exempt, you can't tell me that they're not. And not only that, they hover around in gaggles and big crowds and do not socially distance at all. They're putting themselves at risk, you at risk, and me at risk. It's not acceptable. So, instead of trying to enforce all these little circles on the floor and sending us a pretty picture of your posters, I think what you need to be doing is telling these dickheads to stay apart from each other. And if they don't have a face mask on, they're not coming in. Or alternatively, don't give them the food they've turned up for. Yes, there will be aggro, but people will be safer. I think that's what you need to look at next. There are particular kinds of people that do this more. I won't say what they are because I don't want to get accused of being anything I'm not, but I think you get my drift. Right, onto the hand sanitizer. What's the bloody point? You're the only place that does it. Everything goes in a brown paper bag into the bag and it's taken out again. There's one thing about a communal hand sanitizer which you've probably not realised, and that is everybody is touching it and spreading any potential COVID germs between ourselves. Have you thought of that? A couple of months ago, I was seriously ill for 2 weeks and I thought I had COVID-19 as well. And the only thing I could put it down to was that sanitizer bottle in your restaurant. Think about it before you start sending us pretty pictures of your posters. Your staff need to enforce it properly. That's enough of that moan from me. I'm on one tonight, as you can see. I'm going to go back now to McDonald's and see if I can get some food and hopefully not catch anything while I'm at it. See ya. Well, that's 4 orders done now, and they've all been quite, you know, reasonably sized ones. I've done one to St Lawrence College and then picked up another one just round the corner from where I am now. So I've got just over half what I really need for the night, and it's not even 9 o'clock yet, so I haven't been out 2 hours. So really pleased with that, actually. Cheered me up. So I'm going to sit where I am for a bit and see if I can pick up anything a bit more locally and go from there, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Alright, cheers, bye. I'm at the Westwood McDonald's now. Thought I'd come up here. That you can see there is the delivery driver that's turned up to obviously offload more round sticky symbols for the floors, the Big Macs, the large fries and the McFlurries. And I have to admit, he's got to be one of the best lorry drivers I've ever seen. The turning circle that he did to get himself faced that way was absolutely unbelievable. I didn't think he'd make it, but he did. Marks out of 10, I'll give him 10. Anyway, no other orders yet. I'll see what happens in a little while. Ta-da! I've got Frankie and Benny's behind me. I've just picked up from there. And I had the name Bone Jam come up on my actual screen. Never heard of it, so I had to Google it. Now, I asked the guy in there how many delivery names they've got, because I've seen all sorts. They've actually got 7, as well as Frankie and Benny's. They've got others. They've got kick-ass burrito, bone jam, something or other pies. There's all sorts of things. But Google's your friend. I found out that way. Anyway, I'm going to disappear off and get rid of bone jam, which apparently is ribbed, that sort of thing. So hopefully tasty. See you in a bit. Bye. Well, that was Frankie and Benny's all done. Went to Newington, and it was an interesting address. I always use the sat-nav at night time to guide me into the house numbers. Save me trying to hello, can I see? But sometimes it gets it wrong. It did tonight. It took me down one end of the road and I should have been right up at the other, so not too great. Anyway, I'm back at McDonald's now and got quite an empty car park here. There's somebody else coming in just now. So I've got about an hour. I could do with 2 more half decent orders to bring me up to par. It's certainly slowed down a bit now, so I have no idea whether it'll happen or not. We'll just have to wait and see. But I'm quietly confident, you know, I'll get what I need. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. See you in a bit. Bye. Well, I just done another McDonald's one. As you saw before, that was me walking into the place. The one I've just done gets me about 50p from my target I like to earn every night, so I think that's really good enough. I mean, we're 5 minutes from the time, half hour before, where you get told to bugger off if you want to. I've got to go into Tesco's, so I'll head back up that way. And either I get one more, or I may well take the bugger off and do my shopping and go home. I'll let you know what happens in a minute. Bye. Well, guess what my decision was in the end when I drove back up this neck of the woods. Let me turn round and show you. You got it. I'm going into Tesco's. I've had enough for the evening. I've just about done what I need to. Anyway, I've got another shift tomorrow and then nothing again on Justeat till Sunday, so I'll definitely be around tomorrow. Anyway, I'm going to bugger off. Thanks again for following me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Hit the like button on this video, it all helps. Following the adventures of Andy, the airport taxi driver delivering food. Alright, enjoy the rest of your evenings. I know it's late, and I hope as many of you as possible clap for Captain Tom. Anyway, all the best, good night, see you soon, bye.